Hi everyone. I'm back, and it's kind of a continuation of my thoughts on some things that I would like to do online, and I think what I'm planning on doing is doing something um, that ties in with what I spoke about in my last video, where I'm wearing the same clothes in the same place with the same whiteboard, but different color. Uh, so I'm thinking about solo play, and I'm thinking about using Forbidden Lands with tables from Worlds Without Number. I'd like it to be set in a kind of Asian backdrop. So something like Scarlet Heroes. And I'm thinking of kind of either staying here where I am, um, and possibly using this whiteboard where I think I actually can do a bit more um, with. I mean, if I do draw those nice little happy men fighters or gal fighters, there we go, little gal fighter, and she's wearing pants, by the way. But she has, let's say, she has a club, and let's put a wizard in there. There's my wizard, and there's the wizard stick. I believe that I can just grab these guys, and then I think, can I just move them? Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? So I'm learning some neat tricks on the fly. This is not something that I actually practiced, though I do use this program, which is, I don't know what the damn program is. I'll tell you later. Anyway, so I'm thinking about staying here. My poor tea is cold now. Uh, it's gunpowder tea, by the way. Um, Lapsang Shushong. Um, as you can see, I'm a disciple of Professor Dungeon Master, and I have a nice little table over here. And if I zoom out, you probably will be able to see it. But I've got something where I can put my a dead iPhone uh, here and be able to kind of take. So I'm thinking that maybe what I could do is I could move things around here, or I could actually just use this as my, there are mountains and forests, trees, and maybe I could even go to for an evergreen. I don't know. Oops. Is there an evergreen color? Yeah. Ooh, look at that. So, I mean, I'm thinking about doing stuff here, but I'm going to slip away from this image, I hope. We'll see if this works, but I'm going to show a video, and hopefully this video will be shown as I'm speaking. But I'm very privileged to live in a very old, historic, recognized historic house in Canada. And we got the plaque and the whole darn shebang. And this is my basement. And in my basement, as you can see, I have these beautiful stone walls that date back 230 plus years. And these are original to the house. And uh, I thought that maybe I could use that area as well. But then I looked at it and I thought to myself, oh, that's pretty friggin' presumptuous of me because I'm just going to make poor Professor Dungeon Master feel so bad about himself um, with his fiberglass pink backdrop that's just been painted. Um, so I don't mean to slag poor Dan, but my hope is to kind of utilize that area by times. And so we'll see what happens. But I'm comfortable with this type of way of playing and what this looks like. I want to be able to roll dice in a little dice holder, and I want you to be able to see it so that, um, again, I focus on play. Maybe this is going to be something that's going to work out. Maybe it's actually going to be something that's going to make me want to play uh, and show you me playing and using my imagination and utilizing some of these things that I've been speaking about, like using some wisdoms um, uh, from different areas. And you know that I've had other videos on tarot, and I'd like to use some tarot cards for play. I'd like to integrate some I Ching and some Taoist type of understanding and philosophies behind gameplay. I want to kind of take more mature ideas, kind of piggybacking on Geek Gamer's idea about using literary resources. It's funny how we'll use myth from, oh my gosh, we use myth from so long ago. Um, like we'll go back to the Greeks or we'll go back to, say, Middle Ages, Western Middle Ages. But we don't seem to go back. I mean, I don't see a lot of people playing Three Kingdoms type stuff online. Again, make a comment if you know of people playing that. I haven't really searched around to see people playing Thousand Islands. Probably should. And as soon as I stop this, I'm probably going to go and search that up on YouTube to see if anybody's playing Thousand Islands. And I just want to be able to kind of utilize stuff that nobody's really utilizing. I mean, Tolkien. I've got my big volume of Lord of the Rings over there, and of course Narnia and Alice in Wonderland and stuff like that. And even Dr. Seuss, I probably have seen more people try funny things with Dr. Seuss. But I'd like us to go to places where there isn't a lot. I mean, we always seem to be using other literary sources. Now people are even starting to kind of mimic the storylines behind Critical Role. My wife and I have been watching uh, Black Black Clover, and if you watch it, I mean, you can see how Demon Slayer has used this, and you can see how it has used One Piece and how it's kind of a conglomeration and the way that they're set up and the way that. So we use, I mean, this is just what we do. We use other people's stories. And what's the problem of using stories that we find in various literary genres? Um, and I don't think that any of us should be worried. And I think that this is where we've really gone out of hand as a society, where just because it's online and people can make comment doesn't mean that everybody who's using different cultures are culturally appropriating. I, I really I really have an issue with that, because if you appreciate another person's culture and you want to share that culture and you want to play within that cultural world, it's not a matter of permissions. It's a matter of joy, of sharing a love of a culture once undiscovered or foreign to us, and yet excited about the possibilities, excited to share. Um, I I think that staying away and purely kind of playing in what we know is dangerous, because then we're not growing our minds. I mean, I think we should be equally open to playing in a in an African setting, or a South American setting, or a Polynesian setting, or wherever in the world. Um, I, as someone who comes from British, Scottish, Spanish background, shouldn't have any problems um, playing something that's uh, indigenous to Canada, uh, with Great Turtle Island. Um, and I shouldn't need an editor who is indigenous to say this is right and that's wrong. That kind of gets rid of the play element. I think that the worst thing is that if it's disparaging or if it's offensive, that would definitely be a problem, and that I would say is not, it's not cultural appropriation. It's an attack on a culture, and I certainly wouldn't want to be accused of that. But I want to have the freedom to be able to enjoy the world that's set out before me, and to be able to enjoy the varied literary and mythic options that are out there. I mean, nobody, well, I'm sure that there were, but people generally don't criticize Joseph Campbell for his work on the hero's journey, or Jung, Carl Jung, who worked with so many different mythos. I think that it's important for us to be able to explore that, as long as we tread carefully. I had a psychology class once, and I think it was philosophy, psychology, and no, it was a psychology class. It was actually it was a pastoral class, and it was when you go into somebody's home, tread carefully because you are on holy ground. You are on holy ground. And that really impacted me because it gave me this sense of my journeying with somebody in a pastoral sense, as a pastoral clinician, looking at a person's spiritual well-being. And let's face it, that's a philosophical understanding, right? I mean, I would be the first to say, well, that's a spiritual issue, but let's secularize it and say it's a philosophical issue. But it's holy ground because it is a belief system and a value that an individual holds. So therefore, I don't want to play anything like this, and I don't want to offend somebody by doing, I don't want to get the wrong color here. Oh, maybe I am going to get the wrong color. Yeah, I am. So by putting a dress, I mean, that little action there can be seen as being extremely insensitive. And why can't Buddy have long hair too and not be a girl? Our world is a weird place where we jump the gun. I hope that when I do solo things, and I think this is one of the reasons why I've been so kind of oversensitive, is because I do consider it holy ground. I'm inviting you into my home, as it were, and saying, hey, watch me think out loud. And if I do a solo gameplay, play out loud. Opinions without number. Everybody is open to their own thoughts and their own opinions, but value other people's opinions as well, unless they are so offensive that they just shouldn't be watched. I don't think that a comment is going to change a person's mind if they're offensive. Not online, for sure. There's nothing that you're going to say that's going to change their ways. what's going to change their ways is by ignoring their actions and by not giving them the face time, by not viewing, by not clicking. That's how you say to somebody that you don't appreciate their views. Commenting just kind of makes it worse in the algorithm. But think about that. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Think about that, because you may want to do something online but have been paralyzed because you're afraid of offending somebody, or being accused of cultural appropriation, or misogyny, or whatever. Um, I'm a pretty open guy. I treat people as they are. And I do so because I believe in the respect and dignity of every human being. And I would hope that the vast majority of the people who are watching me believe in that as well. And so if you are going to watch my plays, hopefully I'll actually get something, and I'm going to record it first, and then I'm going to upload it, because I don't want you hanging. Oh, is he going to put something out next week or not? Because I'm notorious for just not doing that. But I think that there's a lot of potential, and I've come to a place in my own life where I feel a bit more comfortable doing some things like this. So let's see how this goes. Let's see what happens, and these are some of my ideas. Give me an idea if you think that this place downstairs is a good idea, or what I could do with it. If I use this, I think this isn't bad, to be perfectly honest. I'm actually quite pleased with this, because I can just lasso these people. Oh, I think the wizard might be left behind. Oh, the wizard's arm left. Ah! I think I can put the wizard's arm back and just extend this. Oh, well. Oh, that's quite rude, isn't it? Well, anyway, there we go. And so they wander off screen. And if I want, I think I can catch him too. There we go. All right, let's bring it back to his arm. There. All right, so that's going to be lots of fun. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope that in the near future I'll have something up that will be compelling. Take care.